Wedging clay. Before we start building with clay, we need to make sure our clay has enough water and gets all the air bubbles out. So check to make sure that there's not too many cracks, it's looking pretty smooth, but also that it's not sticking to your hands too much. Then we can start wedging it, getting those air bubbles out by gently throwing it against our desk or squishing it together with our hands, keeping it in a ball shape. When our clay is ready, it should look pretty smooth in a ball-like shape, not in a crumbly mess just squished together. So not like this, but like this. Making coils. Now that our clay is ready, we're going to rip off a small chunk. You want to be using smaller pieces of clay to make coils, then it's easier. Start by spraying it with a little bit of water to get it nice and wet, and then squishing it with your hand to start making a long snake-like shape. Once it's starting to look longer, then you can roll it back and forth between your hands. Once it gets even longer, we can switch to the table, rolling back and forth, trying to go everywhere to make it nice and even. We want to roll until it's about the thickness of our pinky. That is a good size. We do not want to make it skinnier than that because then it is too skinny and will not be very strong and break. Building with coils. Start with the base or bottom of your sculpture by rolling or spiraling your coil together so that it all makes a flat circle-like shape. Then you might need to make another coil, so remember starting by spraying, squishing, rolling between your hands, and then rolling on the desk, not going any skinnier than your pinky. Lots of times our coil will break as we're rolling it. That's okay. We can push the ends back together to make it whole again, or just use each piece separately. Once we have another coil, then we can add it to the base, so going around the edge but on top of the edge so that it starts creating a second layer. This is going to start adding height to our sculpture. Now you can see the walls or the outside part of my sculpture is getting taller because I'm going on top of the previous coils. So to make it taller, I keep adding more coils on top of the edges. So the process is to make another coil, again, bits of clay, squeeze between my hands, start rolling it out, and then adding it on top of the edge of the coils. I wonder how tall you could build with coils.